What up, guys? Did some work on the FC today, checked the plugs. It's getting fuel. It's kind of getting ignition. But I did a compression test on both the leading plugs and on my front rotor. It got around 85 or 90 psi, which is still, like, 85 is like low, like around anything lower than 90, and they say that, you know, you're pretty much, you can blow at any time. And when I went to compression test the rear rotor, I couldn't even get a reading on the PSI gauge, which is weird, right? Because even if it's blown, it should give some kind of reading, which is why I'm kind of confused as to why I'm not even getting a reading at all back there. I don't know. Probably make a video tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow, maybe the day after, of trying to start it, and then I'll make another video with the plugs pulled so you guys can kind of hear what it's doing and like hear the difference between the front and the rear rotor. Like, there's definitely a clear difference in compression between the two, which is like, I wouldn't be surprised if my rear rotor is blown, but like with my front rotor still having good compression, it doesn't make sense why my front rotor won't at least fire, you know? Because usually with good compression, like, your car will still start. Like, if one rotor still has good compression, it should still start, or at least from what I've seen and heard. And like, I've seen tons of blown rotaries still starting. Like, it's not good to run them, but they still start and they still move, whereas mine won't even start, which I find is kind of weird. So I don't know if there's something else kind of going on here or what the deal is. And I know that the second rotor isn't stuck in any way, like it's not seized or anything, because if I crank it with the spark plug out, like with the leading out in the rear rotor, it's still, like, you can hear compression ticks, which means it is turning over and it is trying to fire, but it's just, for some reason, it's not registering on the PSI gauge, which is super weird. So yeah, I don't know. So right now I'm in the debate to either rebuild, swap, or buy a brand new 13B and drop it in. If I go brand new 13B, probably gonna get an S5 engine instead of an S4 engine, and then just swap my turbo and intercooler and all that stuff onto the S5 engine. Probably, yeah, that's probably the best bet. Either that or rebuild mine, because rebuilding is really not that bad, and if I rebuild, at least I know it's good, you know, and also I can get it ported and all that good stuff at the same time. And, you know, it'll cost a bit of money, but it'll be worth it. Either that or I swap in an RB20 DET, which would be friggin' nuts, because we all know that those are nuts engines. And they sound sick. Man, I really wish I could have a VR6 engine from the R32s. My buddy has an R32 and it sounds so unreal. And it's such a sick looking car. And the whole four-wheel drive factor, and amazing. I wish I had one of those. Just the engine. I like the car, but I just want the engine in my FC body, because for me nothing beats the FC body. But yeah, so I don't know. Either that or I guess I could try and source like a 3rd gen motor, because that would pretty much just be plug and play as well. Which wouldn't be too bad, because then I could just do single turbo setup with what I have. Just take my turbo, take the twins off, so on and so forth. That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, haven't quite decided what I'm going to do yet. I might get it towed down to a RX-7 specialty shop here, just see what they say and see what they recommend, type of deal. But I hate having to pay for shops and labor for stuff that, like, I can do myself, you know. Just a pain in the ass. I'm probably gonna retry the compression test tomorrow and see what's up, because it is really weird that I'm not getting any compression at all. But yeah, so pretty much my story. So yeah, I'll probably make a video tomorrow, the next day, of me trying to start it, and with the spark plugs out, and you guys can like there's clearly a audible difference between the two rotors, front and rear. So I can tell that there's definitely something wrong with the rear rotor, but it seems weird to me that it won't start, and then it's still like it's reading 0, like unless there's a hole in the block or something, which I don't think there is, because I would be fucked, and obviously I would have heard that happen. Whereas this just, all of a sudden, no noise, no nothing, just hey, I don't want to run anymore. Which is like that's what's so weird too, is just the way it happened. Anyways, guys, yeah, so check in tomorrow the next day. Peace.